Hey, my name is Sarah and welcome back to another episode of Talking Fast. We're back from a brief
Sarah,
little
it feels
break.
Good. Yeah, you introducing that. I was like,
we're back,
nostalgic
baby.
a little bit.
We're so nostalgic for like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, it feels
I guess it's been
longer.
a month. It's been a month since we've recorded. We had some travel and then Jacob got sick and then like a week later I got sick. We didn't coordinate that very well, so we had to take 2 weeks off.
You got sick. It felt like everyone was sick.
Everyone was sick at the same time. So took a little bit of a break, but I hope you took the time to catch up on some previous episodes. You can always do that. But yeah, I'm happy to be back. Now we're back and booked and busy on through the end of 2025.
We're honestly busy. We have some fun things coming up. And
yeah.
I haven't forgotten about my Halifax promise.
Oh
Did
my
I say
God.
Halifax?
You said tour. You said tour, like for sure.
Someone's got to hold us to this.
But nobody has messaged us to hold us accountable, so maybe no one listened to that
Well,
episode.
that's why I said this. It's just like, you have to hold us accountable. So someone send us a DM on a regular basis saying,
Remind us. You said you'd do a live show and you said you'd go on tour.
Yeah.
But with that, let's get right back into things. Jacob, what are you eating or drinking this week?
Well, okay, this is a big one. I think we're talking about something relatively similar, but we have been marathon training. And,
yes, we have.
You know, sometimes you have to find fun ways to get the amount of carbs that you need in.
Do you do this is a sidebar, proper math for carbs? Because I don't. I just guess in my head.
No, but I feel like I'm at the time. We're probably both at the point where it's like I'll eat so much.
Yeah, you can tell.
You can never eat enough, kind of thing.
Yeah.
No, I have done that for the last 3 weeks. So not the last 3 weeks. The last week I have a plan that is proper math.
That's going to be me for the 2 weeks out. So next week I'll start doing that.
Yeah. It's a lot of math, actually.
Yeah, I don't like it. That's why I avoid it.
No. And instead of that, what I'm eating this week, I've gone into the grocery store probably at least once a week to pick up, those like prepackaged like plastic containers of candy.
Yeah.
I have been rocking gummy bears.
Good carbs?
A, it's throwing me back to like my childhood.
True.
Because who doesn't love gummy bears?
True.
And B, yeah, they're great carbs because it's just like fast acting sugar.
Are you a Nerds gummy cluster guy? That's like the big rage on running TikTok.
I hadn't tried them.
I like them. I don't love them.
Recently, I do like them. But I think that it's not that they're too sweet. They just like say candy to me. And I feel like
they leave a weird taste in my mouth. Like I tried them when running and they just left a weird taste in my mouth. Like I was like, at this point, I'd rather just have a goo. Like I feel like I can taste the sugar left over in my mouth.
Yeah, exactly. I would rather have those as a celebration than
true.
mid-race or something like that. But I've also been using it as an excuse because it's colder weather now. I've been watching more movies, that kind of thing. True. And it's like, sometimes you got to have your chips if you're watching a movie. That's a hill I'll die on. Like if you don't have a bag of chips, why even start the movie? I've been tossing in the gummy bears. Not together,
but love that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what I'm eating this week is just like carb load. Same thing. It's the big perk of running is that in order to fuel a run, for those that don't know, you need to have a lot of carbs because carbs is what keeps your muscles going, is like the basis of it basically. And especially for endurance sports. And it's crazy because like you're not actually supposed to have a lot of protein. You're not supposed to, like, there's all these like things that you're like normally like in your everyday life, if you're like weight training or that stuff, you're supposed to have, but no, this is like carbs. Like it's your permission to eat like as much bread as possible, as much pasta.
A huge reason to run or doing any kind of
amazing. Because and like you need to be doing it because then like my last 2 long runs, I've finished with my stomach growling because I'm still hungry.
Yeah.
Because you're like out there running for like 4 hours.
So
like you have to.
If you're loading up on the carbs, what have you?
So
what are your go-tos?
I've been playing around
I've seen
a lot.
you eating a lot more sandwiches. You've been like doing sandwiches on TikTok, which they look good.
That is for another day. I will dive into my sandwich TikTok. But that is part of the reason I started carb, because I was like, well, I eat sandwiches all the time anyway, so it's like part of my carb load. I'm just a big pasta for the night before. Yeah. So I went to Cafe Renee and had their rigatoni the night before my long run the other day, which was delicious. And I felt really good the next day. So I'm like, okay, that's a good one.
Where is that one?
Cafe Renee's on Portland.
Okay, I wonder if that's where we ordered from the other night.
It was really good rigatoni, and then it was they have this like brown sugar sauced like ravioli pasta. It's one of those like TikTok-y restaurants that's actually worth the hype. It's like one of the only ones. So it was really good. But yeah, I just love the excuse to carb load in the sense of just like eat a lot of pasta, eat a lot of tortellini, bread. Like my go-to like breakfast right now is just like toast with jam and honey, like just like anything carby, and that includes candy because candy is a big carby thing, and then carb loaded drinks as well. So like any of like I'm getting a lot of it through like liquids, like through drinks as well. So yeah, it's just a fun like I don't know, it's just nice to be. what I was going to say is I like the idea of doing it to fuel my body in order to like take on a challenge and do something long, as opposed to, I feel like so many things, especially on the internet, are like restrictive eating, where if anything, this is like non-restrictive eating. Like you're able to just like,
that's a good point, because
really, like,
you
load
go
to
out
fuel
the next
yourself.
day, or you go out that day and you have a direct, like you're saying, your stomach's grumbling at the end of it, or you kind of, or you had a really good run because you feel well.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, it's kind of turning it.
I think I finally figured out my fueling like this weekend after this long run. I was like, I've got it now.
When you want to do it.
100%. I was one gel short, and that's why I crashed out at 33. I didn't crash out. I was fine. I finished it. But it was like, if I had one more gel, because I was doing an every 30-minute rotation, I would have been cruising. Anyways, the carb load's fun.
I like it. What are you watching or reading this week?
One of my favorite shows, which I really like to this day, I don't think it's enough hype. Only Murders in the Building is back.
I still haven't tried it.
Insane that you haven't watched it. You would love it.
And I'm a huge Selena Gomez fan.
And you love a celebrity cameo. And all that show is celebrity cameos. It's also like spooky, not scary. Like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, in the sense of like, it's like a mystery, right? So it's like, you're still trying to solve it, but it's like funny. And it's still about murder, but it's not like, it's in a fun way. I don't know how to describe it, but I just don't think they get enough credit. Like, Martin Short is doing some of the funniest like comedic acting of his career, and that's saying something. And that they still like, they'll get an award nomination once in a while, but they don't get the hype.
This would be a show like Schitt's Creek, where it's just like, it kind of doesn't have its laurels during its airing,
and then everyone will,
on,
then everyone will rewatch it. Yeah, it's so good that like every famous person's on it now. This season we've got Logan Lerman, we've got oh my God, not Catherine Zeta-Jones. I always mess her up. Izzy
Ziegler.
No, I know. Anyways,
Katherine Heigl.
No. Anyways, there's all these like very famous like celebrities that make cameos in it, and it's just like, I don't know. It's just a fantastic show, and I just don't think Only Murders.
Do you binge it, or does it go episode by episode?
The first 4 drop, and then it's episode by episode each week. Okay. So now I'm on the weekly. I'm all caught up now.
I got to give it a shot.
Well, you have like 5 seasons to catch up on, so.
Well, this is the other thing.
And they're dropping a season every single year. They are a show that is on a proper rotation. You don't wait 2 years for a season. There are so few
of those shows left.
So few. And I have so much respect for those shows. So anyways, you should watch Only Murders in the Building. And you should
too. I might. Because what I have for what I'm watching this week is something that I'm like going back to comfort shows. It's cold outside. I'm tired all the time. I just want to lay on the couch sometimes, and like you're plugging away at a little bit of work, and then you're scrolling your phone, you're doing stuff on your phone.
Yeah, but you just need background noise.
Show, yeah. I haven't rewatched How I Met Your Mother in probably 2 years.
Yeah, but you've rewatched this show too many times.
Exactly.
It's not that good of a show.
This is what I was gonna say. You know, when you get maybe this isn't a common shared experience, but sometimes you have that comfort show that you put on in the background. You've rewatched it probably like 4 or 5 times. This is that show for me. But I got to the point now where I kind of know what happens, and I've 90% tuned it out in the background. Like I'm not even paying attention.
You might as well just have like what I do and throw something on your screen that's like a lakeside cottage. It's just like just like the photos behind it and like the song.
Ooh, that's not a bad idea. Or like you said, why not just try a new series that you've been meaning to try? Exactly. And that's what I was gonna say this today is like, I think I'm at that point where like, do I have to rewatch?
No.
Nah, I don't think so. I'll try something new.
You don't. What are you listening to this week?
Okay, I don't know if she's I think she's Toronto based. Katie Tupper. Have you ever heard Katie Tupper?
No.
Okay, Katie Tupper just released a new song called Tennessee Heat. You've probably seen TikToks of Katie Tupper because she just has like one of the most incredible voices and just singing anything, not even just her own songs. Anyway, she released Tennessee Heat. It's jazzy. It's nice.
You're in the wrong industry. You need to work in A&R.
No,
like you find all these people.
Katie Tupper.
I don't know who anybody is. I don't know who anybody is.
Okay, I'm gonna put together. I'm gonna add this to the Jacob. Oh, what about Jacob's Songs of the Fall?
Jacob's Sad Boy Fall playlist.
Yeah, I don't know if you'd necessarily call it sad boy.
Jacob's
you could call it like soft boy. We could go soft
Jacob's
boy.
Soft Boy Fall jams. I don't know.
Yeah, no,
we'll work on
I'm
it.
gonna add this to some playlist that we'll release.
All right.
You should check out Katie Tupper, and she's probably been around.
Okay, she's just been around.
Yeah, I know she plays like shows here.
Okay,
fairly frequently.
I'll check her out.
Yeah,
you make the playlist, I'll listen.
What about you? What have you been listening to?
Ever since I got to work the Canadian Country Music Awards.
Yeah.
Which was really fun, and with that, I already like knew who Cameron Whitcomb was, but I didn't realize like honestly how famous he was. Like this
Medusa guy.
Yeah, but he has a lot of great songs. And he is an incredible performer. Like, you know those people, you see them perform and then that's what makes you like become
I
obsessed
don't
with them.
want to make it sound like I was like mocking him. I like that song.
Yeah, it's like he's country adjacent. Like he is country, but like he's kind of like Noah Khan-esque is like the energy it gives. He is so talented. He's such a good performer and also such a nice guy. Like getting to like meet him and talk to him. Yeah. We met on a boat in the Okanagan.
Whoa.
Yeah, random.
Weird
He was
place to meet
super nice
someone.
though. Well, I mean, and we were just on a boat, and then he was on a boat, and the boats attached to each other, and then everyone was just bouncing around the boats. So anyways, he was really nice, like super cool dude. But he's also an incredible performer, and also just was like so excited to be there, and also so grateful to be winning Canadian Country Music Awards.
I did see a few clips of him like winning, and the guy has
so much.
energy.
That was my clips. That's the videos that I did. No, he does. He was the best, and even like. Part of my job was like capturing like behind the scenes stuff, and I'm in the artist pit and I'm watching him watch the first performance, and I pan over to him and he like doesn't even question who I am filming him. He just starts like dancing for me in front of the camera. Just such good energy, such good vibes. Anyways, all that to say, I've also been listening to a lot of his music. It's good running music. So like for a long run, it's like just upbeat enough that it keeps you going. But I don't know, you would love his album. It's really good. Okay, so I've been listening to a lot of Cam Whitcomb.
Yeah, I've listened to a couple songs here and there, but I'll give
like he's like really young, maybe he's only like 25, and he's like sober now. He all of his songs are about like addiction and like it just like they're really like dark lyrics, but like in this like really upbeat way. It's really nice.
Let's manifest this. Okay,
Can what come on the pod?
Yeah, done.
I think he would do it.
I think we just did it in a couple months.
Okay, amazing. Yeah, he's a great guy.
Sarah, something you did this week.
Well, we're going to talk about the same thing because all we talk about is marathon running and training. It was peak week.
Yeah, peak week. For anyone that doesn't know, it's kind of just like your top mileage / top
longest
distance
run.
wise of your whole training block.
Yeah. So what was you did 36?
I did 36.
I did 35.
Yeah.
My training plan only wanted me to do 33. Which I had texted Jacob a couple weeks ago going, that feels too short in my brain.
I think the first time I really trained for marathon, I did 33, and it felt like a lot, which I was like, let's push it a little bit further, because what is an extra 7 after 35?
That was my thing is, for me to go the extra 2 kilometers from 33 to 35 on that run will make me feel exponentially better about being like, I can run 7 more kilometers instead of I can run 9 more. Because that's also in
your head 7
to
easily
9
becomes 5. 9 is like may as well be double digits.
9 might as well be 10, whereas 7 is 5, but 9 is 10.
So 7, even though they're only 2 kilometers away,
7 is
they're
5.
actually 5 kilometers
It's
away.
5. It's 5 because those last 2
that's
are
runner math.
It's runner math. Like it's how you think about it. So I just was like, I'm going to do 35. And it's so funny. And I don't know, like you must know this. Running is the weirdest sport because you can like I thought I wasn't going to feel great on Sunday because I had a couple cocktails on Saturday night. I like still like went to bed early and did all my right things. So I was like, I had really struggled the week before with 30. I was like crashing at a kilometer 15 mentally. I couldn't do it. And then just something about this week, I felt so good, so strong. It was my first time ever like running the same. I basically ran within a 5-second pace for all 35 kilometers.
That's huge.
Which I'd never done before because I started slow, which I don't normally do. I normally so I just like everything kind of came together. My fueling came together. Like it felt really good and I needed that. Like if I'd had a bad 35, like you would have heard about it. I would have been like mentally having a mental breakdown, but I felt so strong. Like I hit 25 and I was like, oh my God, like I can actually do this. I can go for it. Like I didn't really start getting tired till 33. And then I was like, okay, well I could, like I finished 35 going, okay, if you had told me I have to run a marathon today, I could have.
Well, the other thing about 35 with the Toronto course, because we're both running the Toronto Waterfront Marathon, is that 35 is at basically the turnaround on Queen Street East to come back downtown and finish. So
and
like,
then it's just 7K home.
Yeah, and the home stretch is easy. It's just like
well, that's why I did.
Okay,
so that's what I was going to ask you is what was the course you did? Because I will tell you what mine was.
I did mine wild. I started off with it was essentially a climb for 14K. So we went up to Danforth and I ran basically the entire Danforth to Scarborough and then
back down
to the beaches,
and home.
And then, I had to go over to like the CN Tower almost and then back again.
Jesus. Yeah. So I went all the way. I just ran east. I'd ran the west too many times. Also, I don't know if this is like a controversial take, but I've been telling everybody East End runners are so much nicer than West End runners. When I'm running in the West End, nobody waves at me. No one gives me the little like peace sign, anything. Yeah. And I think it's because in the East End, there's a lot of older runners that know like running culture and know like that's what you're supposed to do.
There's a lot of hype runners around like
in the West
Liberty
End,
Village
yeah,
area
exactly.
and
Or like
stuff
new
like
runners that maybe don't know. Like I wave at people and they look at me like, what the fuck are you doing?
They think like, oh, they
like,
must have
do you
thought
know
I was
me?
a friend.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
Whereas
it's just
like
the camaraderie.
it's the
of
camaraderie.
running.
And so anyways, I was like, I'm going east for this. Also, I wanted to run that lakeshore route for the purpose of the marathon. So I went east. I always want to run Tommy Thompson Park. So I'd never been there. I'd never been to Tommy Thompson Park before.
Did you like it?
I loved it. It was beautiful. I saw 2 snakes.
Yeah,
I almost stepped on a snake.
Oh, I jumped out of the way of a snake. I hate
and
snakes.
so I ran all the way out to the peak of Tommy Thompson Park, which again was great because there's no stoplights. So it's just like it's just a park. Ran all the way to the lighthouse, all the way back. That's like I was already, and then by the time I came back to get water, I was already halfway. I was at 17 and a half because that's a long loop. And then I was like, okay, we're gonna run the beaches. So I ran all the way to the beach until the boardwalk ended, and then I turned around, and then it was 7 and a bit K home, and I literally ended on Bathurst. It was perfect. So it was great. And I felt like that mentally felt kind of like how the marathon was going to feel.
100%. We're recording this on Tuesday. So yesterday was the day off and the day after the long run. How did you feel yesterday?
Yesterday I felt I find my legs are more sore today than they were yesterday.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I'm normally a 2-day after my legs hurt more. So hurt more today. Yesterday I was fine. I was walking around. I was able to do improv. I was a little stiff, but I was fine. Like nothing. And even I went to a concert that night. I finished 35K, came home, showered, did my Theragun for an hour, and then I went to see Shawn Mendes.
I did 36 and then just laid in bed all day.
I went to go see Shawn Mendes that night.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
How is Shawn?
Sean's great. He's doing great. Anyways, I'll also say is we are at the top mountain. The next furthest I will run will be 42.2.
And don't forget, I teased on this will probably come out
next week. This will come out next week.
Yeah, so we're a couple weeks away from the marathon. Don't forget, if you see us, take a photo of us, share it.
And I don't remember what are you giving away?
Oh
yeah, we're gonna give away a pair of shoes. Oh yeah, that's what we're giving away.
So don't forget,
you can win a pair of shoes. Okay, and finally, what's something you're loving?
Okay, did you see? I posted this to my Instagram story, so you probably already saw it. But did you see this trend on social media last week? There was like the AI kid trend, for lack of a better term.
I was a little surprised you did it, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, because I didn't think you were like a big like proponent of AI.
Well, okay. This is one thing I was just like, this is a great use of AI because it's like,
it's wholesome.
It's not taking anyone's job. It's it's not like,
it's not like creating fake art. It's like
I hate the
people doing it with celebrities, like when they are making themselves look like they have a photo with a celebrity. I find that annoying.
I hate duping like, oh, is this someone that I follow on online, or is this someone that like is just trying to get them to say something that doesn't actually exist? I don't like that part of it.
But this part was cute.
This one was just, and I don't know why if it was like a psyop by Google, because they got everyone to do it on Gemini, which is their AI service. But it did a really good job. There was essentially just a prompt that you could use, and then you upload a photo of yourself as a child and upload a photo of yourself as now. And it was basically just like taking a Polaroid with you hanging out with the child version of yourself. And it actually did an incredible job. Mm-hmm. Not only did I like mine, but I liked seeing other friends that I had. Because I was like, especially the people that I've known for so long, I'm like, I knew you around that age, and now I know you now. Yeah. Sometimes there's just a huge disconnect between like how you perceve yourself now
versus what you were when you met somebody.
When you were a kid.
I feel like it's also probably good for like when I think about it, like we both done therapy. When you're in therapy, their whole thing is talking about like your younger self or you as a child, or like picturing that version of yourself, whatever. So it's kind of cool to have like a physical representation of that.
Exactly, because it's sometimes hard to visualize that and make that connection, and then like, I don't know, try to get back in that body of you as a kid. I thought it was a fun little exercise, and I was just like, it's kind of beautiful.
That's so beautiful.
Did you do it?
No, I didn't do it. I don't really use AI. Like I use AI to upload my videos. Like I use that like repurpose tool, and that is the extent of the AI I use.
Know what?
And I'm going to use it to calculate my carbs. That's
honestly, the thing I use it for most is around math and like running paces and calculations and carbs and that kind of stuff. The thing I might do though after this photo prompt thing, I was like, oh, could it be fun for like having like finishing photos of all my marathons that I've done, like put myself with myself.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Maybe there's some fun uses.
You could also just use Photoshop for that. So
yeah, but AI is a little bit faster than I am on Photoshop.
Anyways,
what's something you're loving this week?
I'm loving driving.
Yeah, you said you were like,
I only have parking, and I only have 2 hour parking, so we gotta make this a quickie.
Okay, you got the.
I finally got a car.
Vehicle.
Finally got a car. I've been listening to Talking Fast for the past almost 3 years, you would know that I've been complaining about the fact that I haven't had a vehicle that I can drive for the past 3 years. Also, to the point where the search on my name above all the car videos was Sarah Jenkins driving. Like, people didn't know I could drive because, look, I'm a big proponent of walking in the city. I love walking. But despite like Toronto being such a walkable city, it's also a driving city. And the amount of time I spend in Ubers and all this stuff, even coming here, like all that stuff was way too much.
Where we record is quite far from
like I was spending like almost $50 on Ubers to get like to a record or something like that. Whereas I can spend $60 on gas instead for an entire tank that will give me a whole month. What are you talking about? Anyways, girl math. Regardless, I needed a vehicle. And we just finally got one that worked for both of us, as opposed to just, I will say, I hate the process of buying a car. Car salesman, why you be like that? Why do they have to be like they are a satire of themselves almost? Like, I literally was like playing this game of negotiation, and then I ended up calling up, we call it a favor from a person. He goes, go to this dealership right now, he'll get you a better deal. And it was like, felt like I was in like a movie, and then I was like, oh my god, then I drive up there. I don't
understand, like, as someone who does, you know, pricing things and negotiating, crazy, that's my job. I'm like, I don't understand the negotiation tactics of a car salesperson.
It's insane. Anyways, we survived it, thank God. We ended up getting a good deal. We're good.
It also opens up, like, you went on the little trip up north and
for sure
ripped up there. Like, it opens up not just a city driving, which
100%.
is so great because it's a little bit more convenient, but then also day trips, weekend trips.
For me, like, I also, like, I'm going to a wedding this weekend in Niagara, and just like driving there, like, there's just so many things that makes it just so much easier.
Does it still have the new car smell?
Yeah, it still has the new car smell. Even though I've spent a lot of time in it, but yeah, she's beautiful. I love her. We got a little souped up. I have a sunroof. I just love her. She's so cute. Anyways, I love driving. I drove here. I love that I can just like rip around. I loved that yesterday when I was like driving to Improv, I was like, oh, well, actually I have some time so I can rip over to Carlaw and go to Park and Fifth, and like just things that I normally would like take so much more planning to, like, I can just like whoop whoop whip around in my car. So anyways, I love it. We drive in. We are talking all things travel today because we just wanted to, but it's also kind of like, we talked like about the new year and the reset and everything. I feel like we're now also looking towards 2026, and now travel plans are starting to happen for 2026. What's crazy, speaking of travel, is this week, 1 year ago, I was in Thailand.
Yesterday. Oh my God.
Isn't that insane? I was in Thailand and then I went to Bali. We're coming up on 1 year since the surfing accident. Isn't that crazy? That was a year ago.
You should do a retrospective.
I'm going to. 1 year since the surfing accident. Wow, it's actually almost 1 year to the day of running the marathon since the surfing accident.
I forget who it was, but someone was talking about you to me recently, and they were talking about the surfing accident as if it like had happened in like March.
Like really recently?
Yeah, really recently.
Yeah, sometimes when I see people in person, they're like, "Oh my God, and you were in a surfing accident." I go, "That's a long time ago." That was a year ago. But yeah, it was crazy. So it's crazy to think that big trip that I went on was a year ago. This time last year, I was in Chiang Mai, Thailand. I got on my overnight train. I was at a night market, doing all that stuff. And so I don't really have any of my big trips figured out fully yet for next year. But we're gonna talk all things travel, tips, things that we love, things that we don't love. And Jacob's going to kick us off because he told me, we haven't talked about it yet. This is also my first reaction. You said that you're planning another Euro summer trip. You haven't been in a couple of years.
Exactly. I haven't been in a couple of years because it was like Euro 2 years ago and then cottage this year because it was done. And now I think we maybe even mentioned this on the podcast. You're going to Europe for a wedding in Italy.
Oh yeah, we both have wedding.
End of May.
Last week of May.
And then I'm going to a wedding in Italy first week of June. We're kind of back to back.
Maybe we'll cross over.
Potentially, because we're going to be.
Does any winery in Italy want to host us for a podcast? I don't think we have a big Italian demographic. Could you imagine?
That'd be fun. That'd be so fun. Yeah, well, this is the thing. It's like we got the details the other night for this wedding. Okay. Finally. It's like we know where it is. We know when it is. We know the itinerary for this whole weekend. There's one event every day, 3 days. We know what our responsibilities are. Now we can start booking things around it. So Haley got the email. It was like 8 p.m. on Sunday. And by, I think, 8:30 p.m., we had an Airbnb booked within 2 kilometers of the venue.
Of course you did. I love that.
Because we're like, I was like,
why would you wait
on this? If every single person just got this invite,
100%,
they have the address now. They know the expectations. I hopped on Airbnb because there are no hotels around there. It's in the middle of the countryside.
That's the same where the wedding I'm going to as well.
2 or 3 Airbnbs within, I don't know, 25, 30 minutes walking. So I was like, well, we're going to get that one. And it's like a kind of a nice villa with a pool.
Yeah.
And like,
Ooh,
it's pretty sick,
love.
So.
Love.
So I was like, we have to book that. But then it kind of started this whole, okay, what travel fits on either side of this event?
I know.
This is a question I have for you because you're also going for a wedding.
Yep.
Do you, well, I'm assuming you're going to extend it a little bit, but do you extend a trip after the wedding, if you have a wedding, or do you go beforehand leading up to it?
This is the debate. I think I'm going to put the wedding smack dab in the middle.
Ooh.
Because I have to go a few days early anyways, because my friend finally decided that we're going to do one night in Rome as her bachelorette party, like a couple nights. So basically, sorry, there's a fly in here. Oh, Jesus. I didn't kill it.
If you hear a clap, oh, almost got it.
Did I get it?
No, I saw it fly away.
Fuck. Okay, anyways.
If you hear a clap, it'll be us
killing a fly. Anyways, she finally decided we're gonna do a bachelorette party like one night in Rome. We're gonna do a cooking class, go out, do all that stuff.
Yeah.
The day before we're driving out to the villa that we're staying in. So that way, that feels like part of like my Rome trip, whatever. So I think I'm gonna do a little bit before and a little bit after. My parents are also going to this wedding, so they're doing all their travel before, and I think we'll meet up with them for a little bit, travel with them a little bit, and then I want to go to the coast after the wedding.
Yeah.
Because I want to chill out after the wedding.
That's a good idea.
So I think I'm going to do like city travel / the Tuscany, because that's where the wedding is.
Yeah.
Before, do the wedding, and then chill on the coast after.
Do you know which cities you're going to go to in?
I've not researched any of that yet. I've never been to Italy. I haven't done any of that research yet. I'll figure it out. I'll ask you for tips. I'll ask everyone for tips. I'll figure out the best plan of action.
We're debating going back to Milan again. I would
you love
recommend
Milan?
it. Yeah.
Everyone.
And you can train to Rome in a few hours.
Oh, okay.
Which would be nice.
Interesting. Yeah, so I don't know. But I think I'm gonna put the wedding smack dab in the middle, and I think I'm gonna go on either side.
Right now, we're kind of ending with the wedding.
But that's a good thing because you're always gonna have enough energy to bring you to the wedding. If you start with the wedding and then you travel after, I feel like that's more exhausting.
That's what I was already thinking. I was just like, okay, if it's 3 days of kind of like, it's not like heavy partying necessarily, but
it's still a lot of like social and like brain power.
And it's like, I think the battery will be a little drained.
As somebody that just did a Europe trip where we worked our way up to our big event, I would recommend that.
Yeah.
I just logistically doesn't make sense with the way that like the wedding's in the middle of the week for where I'm going. So it's like, it just doesn't make sense. I'm going to have to travel on either side.
We got a Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
That's nice. Mine is, I think, a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Like it's the middle of the week. It's random.
Well, at least you get weekends in other places.
For sure.
That's
for sure.
Nice.
So we'll figure it out.
We started looking at stuff though, because I was like, let's try to think about the logistics, what makes sense of what we've been talking about, but then also what could be cool that's relatively close by that we can kind of stack on. So I've already kind of started building out an itinerary. And I've been sending Haley more stuff than she was sending me last time. And I'm like, I'm kind of on this.
Are you only going to do Italy again?
No.
Okay. This is what I was going to say. Like, you can't just go to Italy.
Not a chance. Haley wants to go to Venice. Really wants to go to Venice. So I was like, let's go check out
Yeah, well, you should probably go before it
goes underwater.
Yeah.
But then we're like, okay, what's near Venice? The Dolomites, the mountains, the big mountain range, good hikes and stuff like that. So we're gonna go there. We're kind of backtracking now though, and I was like, wow, what would be a nice way to get there versus just driving in from Venice or something like that? No, a train.
Oh.
And then we're like, why not add on a couple different countries, stack the passport a
little bit? Yeah, if you're on the train, 100%.
So now I think we're going to hit Austria and
I was gonna
Switzerland.
Say, you'll hit Austria because that's all, like my sister used to live in Austria for like an exchange and she would go to Venice all the time because it's a couple hours on the train.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. The trains look like
they're
stunning
really nice
because they're a bunch of panoramic trains.
I really want to go to Austria. That's high on my list.
We're talking schnitzel. We're talking chocolate.
Yeah.
We're talking
opera.
Oh yeah.
The like massive one of the most famous opera houses is in Vienna. Like
true.
It waits for you. You just play the Billy Joel song the whole time you're there.
And then I've been looking up Zurich.
Yeah,
has
beautiful.
Like just first of all, big.
Just go for like one night.
Really?
It's really expensive.
But there's so much good design stuff there.
Yeah,
I realized
of course.
There are a ton of furniture museums for like furniture designers that I love. We're talking the Lindt.
True.
Tour factories there, which apparently has unlimited chocolate tasting.
Wow. Wow.
So that kind of sold me when we're talking itinerary
Yeah.
for a trip. But this was what I was going to ask you is like, if you're going to go on this type of Europe trip, I know you said you're going to go to the coast to kind of relax, but if you're planning like daily activities, are you planning back to back to back to back to back, or are you like one hero activity?
One hero activity a day.
Really?
Usually, or like one like hero activity and reservation a day. Like I consider like a meal, like if I think of it separately. It really depends on the trip though. Like when I was in Barcelona, we had one hero activity and we had a reservation every single day. So we kind of had 2 things a day, but everything else was flex.
Yeah.
And then when we got to South France, it was a lot more chill. We had our like every other day we had like a plan on we were going to go somewhere, or we had a reservation that was based around that.
Okay, if you're traveling, do you need that kind of hotel shower scroll hour?
Yes.
To chill?
Yes.
It's important?
It's a nice to have, not a need to have. I would like to have it. I think I am my best version of myself when I have it. Also, your girl's always working, so
True.
I need edit time.
True.
I need that
a little disassociation.
100%. And I would rather do that in the afternoon than at the end of the night. So yeah, I do. Do you not need it? You just
I do
power
need it,
through?
but only at the end of the night as decompress.
Yeah,
I think that like if I stop, it's kind of hard to start me up again. It's kind of hard to get going again. If I'm like, okay, it's nap time, I'm done for the day.
We have some voicemail. Also, just as a side note, I think I'm only going to go to Italy though. I don't think I'm going to travel anywhere else. When I'm in Italy, I'm just going to do Italy because I've never been.
And you just went to Barcelona.
Yeah, I would go back to Barcelona, but I don't need to. I go to Europe once a year, so Italy is like the main spot right now.
Yeah.
And then I'm low key might try to go to Hong Kong though in February.
Whoa.
Because one of my best friends just moved there, and
Good excuse if you have someone there.
for sure it gives her enough time to have like lived there for like 5 months. But apparently they were talking, and her friends were like, "Who's gonna be the first friend that visits?" And everyone just bets that it's gonna be me. Well, it probably makes the most sense. I'm like, that's a bad bet. Obviously, I'm the most flexible job out of everybody
schedule.
else. But the new reason possibly is that her husband is a big runner, and there's a half marathon in Hong Kong in February.
Whoa.
So I would do the half. I wouldn't do a full, but it'd be kind of fun, and then it would force me to keep my fitness up.
Okay, I like that.
That'd be kind of fun. So anyways, that's a possibility. And also just like getting away at some point in January or February to just like get out of the doom and gloom of winter. Yeah. Going to Hong Kong would be really fun because it's like not going to be like hot, but it'll be warm.
Yeah.
You know? So anyways, that might be my next travel plans.
Speaking about running, sometimes I'll get to a new city, travel there in the morning. Something I like to do is do a run. Do a run. Yeah, just quick 4K, 5K, get a lay of the land of like around your spot. Apart from running, what is like your go-to thing to do? You've landed in a new city. How do you kind of situate yourself?
Well, ideally, if I get into my hotel or Airbnb right away, then I unpack. I unpack the second I'm in a room. But if I can't, then I just go for a walk to get a coffee somewhere. My first stop is always let's find a coffee. But I would just wander. Like honestly, when I'm in a new city, I normally go for like a 2-hour walk is the first thing I do when I'm there. First time I was in Paris, I did that. First time in Barcelona, I did that. In London, all of them, I just sort of drop my bags. I just walk for 2 hours.
I love doing that too. I'll go to like a corner store for like some snacks. Be like, okay, where's my spot going to be to like if I need like a bottle of water or like a little bit of food.
But it helps you find your bearings because like I just want to wander aimlessly because I don't understand. Like I kind of know where I am, but I don't really.
Isn't it funny? I think this every time. I say you're staying in a city for like 4 days or something like that, 4 nights. The first day, that first walk around, you're like kind of walking.
You're like, whoa, all this looks the same. How am I going to know where I am?
Like, oh, where's the subway stop? And like, oh, where's this and that? One of my favorite things about traveling is on the last day of the trip, you like think back to that first day, and like, oh, wasn't that so embarrassing?
You're like,
when we didn't know where that was.
You're like, oh, this is my home now. I know everything.
Yeah.
That's so true. We did get some voicemail questions though that I want to like fire through a little bit on travel, and make sure you let us know your takes as well because I feel like people are very divisive on travel and how they travel.
Yeah.
I mean, much like many things on the internet, people have a lot of opinions. So, when do you arrive at the airport for an international flight?
Okay, not growing up. Okay, earlier on, when I was first traveling abroad, I would be like, let's get there like 4 or 5 hours before the flight takes off. But then there comes a time when you're like, how much sitting on these uncomfortable chairs can I really do? I'm fine with 2 hours.
Okay.
Depends on your airport though, because like if your airport
depends on your airport. Also, it depends on if you are somebody that makes the airport experience part of the travel experience. I consider my vacation starts the second I'm in the car heading to the airport.
Oh, how do you mean?
because your girl has credit cards to get her into beautiful lounges, and you make that part of the experience.
Oh, so you want to go and take? Okay,
Advantage.
I've never been in an airport lounge.
Oh my God, really?
I know.
Oh, wait, that's so wholesome. Okay, so when we go on our tour, we can go in all the lounges because my platinum gets me a +1 for freebie, and then my gold card, I have a certain amount of passes. Anyways.
I would destroy a lounge's buffet.
I know you would. And so anyways, I love that as part of the experience. So especially like when you're traveling with friends, it's really fun. So when we were going to Europe, like we went early, one partially because I was surprising Nolan with the business class tickets, so I wanted to go early so we could go to the business class lounge and stuff. But you go to the lounge, you can have some wine, you have some food, you start to get like excited. It's like the trip starts to marinate a little bit. I'm not saying I'm there more than 3 hours before, but like by the time you go through security and everything, then that way you have solid like hour and a half in the lounge to chill before you have to start boarding, because an international flight boards an hour before.
Yeah.
So I just like enough time to like get the trip like brewing a little bit, get excited. You have some cocktails, you're all excited. You're like, what? Like there's nothing better than that feeling when you're like at the airport with friends, especially like even when my friends and I were going to Cuba and our flight got canceled, we were so blissed at the airport because we got in there early. We're having so much fun just like at the airport that we're like, when our flight got canceled, but we were at the airport and had the energy, and we were like, do you want to what? Vacation's already started. We went and booked.
Pretty fun.
We booked the airport hotel because we had to be back there at 4 a.m. Went to a bar and just like we decided that was first night of vacation.
Yeah.
So I think especially a big international flight, it was not like a work trip and it's like for fun. Make the experience start at the airport.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Although there is a part of me that does like the stress of like
no.
Okay, I think I have a 10-minute buffer. 10-minute buffer. Oko is 9 minutes
I hate
now.
that. No, I hate
like
that.
And then arrived.
I hate that.
Oh.
I hate that. Okay.
This is a huge one for me. This is a huge one.
Okay.
Fast food on planes. And we're talking about you're at the airport, you're at the gate, you have a few minutes, you pick up something, but not enough time to eat it. Do you pick up something and take it onto the plane?
No.
Not a chance.
You've put Haley on blast for this before.
Yes. But like I was literally having this conversation the other day with I think my brother, who was like yes on some things, no on other things. It depends on the type of food. If you're bringing on
like a burger and fries, no.
Burger and fries, not a chance. I have a rule that you can only bring food on the plane if you get it at like one of the convenience stores.
Yeah, like cold food that doesn't have a smell.
Little snacks.
Or like snacks and stuff.
Little snacks, a chocolate bar, a bottle of water.
Yeah, no, I don't.
A bottle of soda, something like that.
I don't know.
Yeah, even if there's someone who's like 6
I've
rows
never
ahead of me,
once ever done that.
No, it would make, and it's more me. It makes me feel deeply uncomfortable that I'm ruining someone else's.
Yeah, I would
day.
I would never do that. Okay, are you the navigator or the driver? You can be two things can be true. You can be both. But if you were like this thing, I guess if it's like a road trip or like there's different types of travel. We're just talking Europe travel right now, kind of. But like there's different types of travel. I'm big navigator when traveling.
If we're driving, I'm a driver through and through because I can sit behind that wheel and not get tired, and like we could be like a 14-hour road trip or something like that and I'll be fine. I'm fine on like, you know, windy roads, different terrain, parallel parking.
But like when you're
there.
instead of driving, when you're like walking around a new city or whatever, are you the navigator? Or
I used to like say that I was really good at this, and then more recently, Haley, if I'm traveling with Haley, she is definitely better at public transportation and reading signs. I'm more of a vibes guy.
So
I go off vibes
think you
when
and I are
traveling.
very similar. I'm the same, but I also am just good with directions and navigation. So I can, if I've been somewhere once, I can remember how to get there again.
I know I know like
where
north,
I am.
south, east, west.
Yes.
And I'm like,
I know where
that's
I
over
am.
there. That's over here.
But on this, like on our big Euro trip, like Nolan and I were definitely the navigators and the ones that like were in charge of that. We like traded off. Like he would do some of it, I would do some of it, but it was definitely the two
I will
of
say
us.
I trust myself mostly over anyone I know for like booking tickets, though. Same. I would say, and like lining up perfect amount of time, because it's just like I know if we get this train, it's going to get us there here. But I also looked up how many minutes it's often delayed by, and then I know the taxi duration after that, and then it's going to be a walk, so we really can't book that dinner reservation. Like lining those things up.
The timing of everything.
That's important. This is how about this one? Trip confidence, which I believe in this, but I want to know what you think. Are you more adventurous with things like food or shopping? Like, what are you buying? Like the style of clothes and that kind of thing, or things to do when you're traveling?
100%. I don't know what it is. I have talked to my therapist about this. I am like not when I'm in Toronto at home, a spontaneous person. I always have a lot of plans and I'm always very busy, but my life doesn't really allow for a lot of spontaneity because I'm busy, I have this, I have that, like whatever.
Yeah.
But on a trip, like I go from being like needing to have a routine and needing all this stuff to being like chill vibes person. Like I can like plan the trip. I can like do all the organization ahead of time. The second I'm on that airplane, I'm like, it'll be what it is. I'm fucking chilling. I'm good. And I don't know what that is. Like, and I'm more willing to be like, yeah, let's just screw it. Yeah, let's just get on the train and go to this place or like whatever. Like it's so funny. Like how that trip confidence, like it's like an alter ego of yourself.
Yeah, for me, it's like, this is such a fleeting moment. Like, I'm going to try that weird thing on the menu that you just put in front of me.
Well, 100%.
Like,
food especially. Like
have you ever purchased like an item of clothing that you thought was so cool on a trip that then you got home and you're like, this is so stupid?
Or it's so impractical. It's like, I wouldn't wear this here.
Yeah.
But I wear it there. Yeah. Even like sunglasses I bought in Barcelona. I bought 2 pairs. One pair very practical I wear all the time. The other pair I'm like, why did I buy these? Like they were great for the south of France.
I bought a shirt pre-boiler room rave in Milan.
Of course.
And then it's a nice shirt, but it's
so
impractical to wear it just day to day in Toronto.
Are you a carry-on or checked bag person? It depends on the trip.
For me, it doesn't depend on the trip.
Are you
I just want checked bag. I want to know, even if they
anything over 3 days, I'm checking a bag. I should clarify.
3 days?
4 days.
Anything over, I'll submit to checking a bag if it is over 8 days.
Okay, wait. I should clarify though. Like, there's different types of travel. Like when I'm going to my cottage, I literally just bring a backpack. Like that doesn't even count.
Yeah.
When I'm going to like New York or something, I'm just bringing like a small bag, like whatever.
For this trip and for this Europe trip, check bag or not, because the annoying thing is if we're leading up to a wedding and doing a bunch of travel in different terrain and weather and that kind of thing, I have to bring a suit with me the whole time.
But that's fine.
I'm debating like, do I just ship my suit?
No, that's more stressful. That's more stressful. Look, I'm not meant to live an uncomfortable life. I want different clothing options. And like, look, this time last year, I was backpacking through Thailand and Bali, but that's a different type of trip. Like I was wearing biker shorts and a tank top every single day. And then I just washed my clothes because that's the type of energy of that trip. But for like Europe or something, it's like, I want different outfits. I'm going to shop. I want different options.
100%.
Shoes. Like I want more than one pair of shoes to bring, whatever.
Have you ever on a trip made a trip sacrifice in your wardrobe where you're like, this is not coming home with me? I'm donating it and throwing it in the trash, and I'm filling that suitcase
I've done that a couple times. When I went to France the very first time with my sister in 2021, I was there for 10 days and I did it all in a carry-on suitcase, and I shopped a lot while I was there to the point where I wore 3 blazers on the plane home. Like 3 blazers and a sweater on the way home.
You're looking like 90s Adam Sandler, just stacked.
Literally. And I was like, never again. We will just check a bag. Well, at that point also, when you're paying that much for a flight, like why would you not just check a bag?
Of course. Sarah, how do you stick to a budget when traveling? This is a big one that a lot of people want to know. Sarah just looked at me and just as if she doesn't.
Look, first rule in my brain, this is my travel map. I pretend the currency is my currency.
No, so many people do that. That's such bad advice.
I can't get caught up. Look, I'm not gonna be an idiot and get like a 20-pound espresso martini in London. Like I'm not gonna do that. Yeah. But I'm not gonna be out here counting pennies and like the minutia. When I'm there, I'm just gonna do it. Like example, like my friends and I were debating we were gonna take this train to get to Nice or whatever. I was like, I'll just pay for the taxi. Like there's a certain point where I can't. Like,
I mean, taxis, I would say anything travel, like actual transportation related is so worth it to splurge on if it makes your 100%. Trip easier and more efficient.
Food, I think for budgeting, it's like it can ebb and flow. Like I think like if there's like a really priority if food is really a big priority for you when you're traveling, then like budget aside for it, whatever. I don't think you have to do like all these excursions and all these things and whatever. Like that's where I probably save money because I just walk around most cities. I don't like do a lot of like the big touristy things. Another way to save money is like those day bus trips are always really good. That actually saves you a ton of money because it's like you can see a lot of places for just like the cost of like
to rent a car.
You just like someone else is doing it all for you. Sometimes the lunch is included, that kind of stuff. So I don't know. Look, I think especially when you're traveling with other people, you just have to have the budget conversation kind of upfront on like what people are feeling comfortable, and you kind of suss it out and you figure out like how people are feeling when it comes to like how much money we should be spending on this, that, whatever, on meals, whatever, sharing food is a really good way to
I would say
budget.
also start a challenge, like be like, yo, let's check off all of the different McDonald's locations that we go to and try all the different options.
And like
obviously
the
lunch is
first
the
time
cheaper.
I ever went to Europe, when I went to France, my sister and I, like, legitimately, I think I spent like $250 on food for the 10 days, literally just because we did not eat out at restaurants. We like only ate from the grocery store. Like there is ways to do things inexpensive, but it's just, you have to, it depends on your priority. Just like anything, your budget depends on your priority. But I'm also somebody that's like, if you're like debating on doing something, if you're on a trip, if you're like there and it's going to cost you like $100 is usually my like thing. If it's going to cost you 100 Canadian dollars to do something and you're like, well, I'm here and it'd be really cool to do it, just fucking do it.
True.
Like I think you will regret it more if you don't.
You'll never regret like a tour or a museum or something like
100%.
that you spend money
just
on.
like do it. Like I don't know. I'm a bad person to ask about that.
Create a budget at the beginning and then look at it, think about it, and then live
What
your
my
life.
friends did for budgeting for Europe, which I thought was really cool and I wish I knew about it, was there are these like green cards. They're like preloaded debit card things. I forget what it starts with a W. And basically you could like upload money onto it in that currency. And then their budget is all on that. And then you could transfer currencies. So like when we went from Europe to England, you were able to like transfer the currency then into pounds. And then so they always knew exactly how much money they had.
Ooh,
which was really
that's
smart.
actually key. I like that.
Yeah, I'll tell you about it when you you should
I would
use it.
use
It's really
that.
good. It's really good.
I would use that.
Finally, we're going to end with what's worth saving on versus splurging on when traveling.
I think you kind of talked about it a little bit, but saving on food, especially breakfasts. How many Michelin
breakfast?
star breakfasts are there in the world?
You don't need to
None.
go to breakfast. Don't
do that.
Coffee and a croissant, you're out of there.
Which honestly, like
Or
traveling,
any city in the
cafe
world.
culture
Yeah.
is so fun, and then you're like with the locals, and you can kind of feel like you're in the local in the city that you're traveling to. But
Splurge on your travel insurance. Buy the good premiums, depending on where you're traveling to.
Something I've splurged on in the past, which was so worth it, was a car transfer, like someone coming and picking you up at the airport or a train station and taking you to your final destination.
Most of the time it ends up being cheaper than if you get a taxi, or the same price as a taxi anyways, the luxury of it.
Then if you're looking at like, oh, I gotta wait for this local train and then I'm gonna have to figure out another local taxi, it's gonna, even if it's a little bit more expensive, you will save 3 hours sometimes.
And this is also, we're talking about different trips. Like if you're like only there for 10 days, time is money. Or you're only there for a few days, time is money. So like pay and splurge for the ease of transportation that will get you there faster, that will allow you to have more time to explore the city and do things.
If you're checking into your hotel or Airbnb like hours after you could have, you've done it wrong.
And so I think that's where you like splurge, save on things like food, on things like walk places, or going, maybe you have like one nice dinner that you choose to go to, things like alcohol. I don't know, there's like many places that you can, like, you have to get cocktails at every single place, like you just, there's many ways to save when it comes to like food and when you're like there in the city. But definitely splurge on things like experiences, and then just like the ease of travel.
100%.
We could talk about travel forever, but I guess we'll update you guys as we know on our trips. And if you have any advice or places that we should go check out, let us know. If anyone else wants to go run a marathon or half marathon in Hong Kong, let me know.
I'm gonna apply actually this year to Chicago for next year.
I tried that last year.
Maybe
are you gonna
Berlin.
try to do all the world majors? Of course you are. You've already done New York, you might as well.
Yeah.
Australia?
It's not like a massive goal yet.
Let's go. Australia?
Sydney would be so fun.
Sydney would be sick.
Yeah.
You end at the Opera House. It's so cool. Anyways,
yeah, it is a cool road.
I gotta get through one marathon first. Thank you so much for joining us again at Talking Fast. We're sorry we took a little break. We'll hopefully see you soon. I've been Sarah. That's been Jacob. Bye.